Okay. All right, you're focused. You're focused. Okay, cool. Hi. Recently, I've had this desire to pursue conversations with people that are all over the world. You know, there's a ton of these podcasts and things all over social media that we all watch, and I feel like they're missing a lot of tangible things. And I feel like the best way personally for me to go down that path and for me to have these opportunities is I need to just sit down with myself in front of a camera. I need to share my experience. I need to share what I think, what I'm going through, what my reality looks like. And I also want to start bringing my friends into this too, people that I work with, people that I'm close with, and have them share their experience as well. I've always found it extremely helpful. You know, I wouldn't have been able to grow as a person the way that I've been able to grow unless it was for all of the access that I've had watching people on YouTube or listening to conversations. So I'm just gonna wing it and we're gonna see how this journey goes. I actually have some notes. Today's just gonna be me, obviously. I think I just wanna share what's happening in my life right now, the direction I'm going, and some future plans I have, some challenges I'm facing, how I'm overcoming them, and I think that'll be a very good start. So, why do I want to do this? I kind of shared that already. You know, I don't really want to be like an influencer or a podcast type of person. In fact, if I could never use social media, I would totally never use social media, but there's nothing better in this world that gives access to your message, your vision. There's no better way to have the connections or to live the reality that you want to live, I don't think right now, unless it's with social media. So, and I hope I'm wrong, I really do. I hope God's up there just like, haha, dude, if you would just tune into me and surrender all of this, I would give you a magical path forward. You wouldn't need to ever do this. So there's probably that, but what's going on in my life? So for those that don't know me, my name is Matthew. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm 24 years old. I actually just moved to Tampa, Florida in January. It's April 22nd now at the time of recording this. So I've been in the Tampa Bay area about 4 months. And as soon as I moved down here, I actually started, so my whole life, I've been like really into the Instagram, websites, e-commerce, digital stuff. And when I moved down here, I was like, okay, what can give me some freedom, what can give me some good money, and what could allow me to meet really awesome people? Because when I was moving down here, I was alone. You know, I've traveled around the world a little bit, and every time it's been alone, and it gets very isolating, and it's difficult, and you start to realize like, we can do so many things ourselves, and we can pretend like we have it all figured out, but the reality of everything is you need people in your life. You need genuine relationships, you need connections. So I felt like having this business and offering it to others would allow me to meet the people that I want to have a relationship with. You know, like when we're all at different phases of our life, and some people just don't click. You know, like right now I'm in a very adamant, ambitious, and intelligent phase of my life where I want to pursue very meaningful things. I don't have time to waste. I don't have negligent conversations to be had. And I want to have relationships with people that are the same way. So this business was an opportunity for me to have kind of that balance of everything I was looking for. I'll actually show you it too, in case you want to follow it. I made this Instagram when I first moved down here. And I just started like working with clients, doing a bunch of like, it's hard to see, but doing a bunch of social media content, all of that. And I started making relationships, started having clients, and then just recently, I got an opportunity to work with the Bioculture Retreat team in Mexico. Excuse me. If you don't know who they are a group of really inspiring holistic health influencers. Dakota Mays, Christian, Sedona, there's plenty more, but I somehow got in contact with them, and I'm really blessed and really grateful to have the opportunity where I get to go down to Mexico for at least 2 weeks, and I get to stay for free in a really nice place during the resort or at the retreat, and I get to just show them my work. I get to give them my skills. I get to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I can do for you, here it is. And I'm very grateful for that. And so I actually leave in 7 days. I know I've been here less than 4 months now. I'm already going somewhere else. I actually booked a one-way. I don't have a lease on any place. I'm not confined to anywhere, anything. I'm really just kind of in the middle of it, like, that's the direction I want to go in my life. Let's just see what happens. I'm nervous about it, yeah. I'm scared about it, yeah. Going to Mexico, a country alone, can be quite terrifying. It feels kind of meaningful, so it almost negates that anxiety or fear. Like, if I was going to Mexico to just make money and I had some business that really didn't serve people, or it was just, I was out for myself and I was out for money, I think it could maybe go very wrong. But because I'm going to serve people that are healing others, that are teaching people how to connect with God, that are helping people become the best versions of themselves, and I'm going there to help that, to extend that, I feel like almost like it was an opportunity that was given to me, like, hey Matthew, this is your path, go do it, go pursue it. Yeah, you're anxious, yeah, you're nervous, but you can really overcome this, and this is what's meant for you. So it's giving me a lot of clarity on the whole situation for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. Really, these next couple months in the summer is just like almost anything I feel like can happen here. So I don't know, we'll see. Something I'm learning right now. Lately, I'm not like a traditionally Christian person. I was raised in a Christian family, but as I got into my young adult years, I took a step back from God. I ventured into my own path. I thought, I don't know anything, so let me just live my life to the best of my abilities and whatever. And so I kind of was just in everything for myself. And honestly, it was a blessing in disguise, because if I didn't back away from a traditional Christian religion or challenge my beliefs in any way, I wouldn't have the stronger perspective of faith that I currently have. I'm still not traditionally Christian. Do I believe in God? Yeah, but I don't believe God's a man in the sky. I don't believe God's a woman in the sky. I think God is everything. This camera is God, we're God. We're all manifestations of the one thing. It's, that's where I'm like leaning towards now, but being that I was able to step out and question my faith, and it made it so that way when I came back to the realization, like, oh, wait a minute, there's something deeper than us. There's something deeper here. We didn't just create ourselves. There's laws that we abide to for this world, and there's things that happen that can't be explained. And going on my own path and like discovering meditation, yoga, listening to other people, reading books outside of the Bible, exploring other religions, it really helped me come back to the ultimate conclusion, like, oh, wait a minute, there is a God force, there is something that's pure, there is evil, there is good, there is choices we make that hurt ourselves, there's choices that serve others. All that to say, I've been going to a young adult youth group here in Tampa Bay area. If you go to Radiant Church, shout out Radiant Church. Radiant Church, like I said, I'm not Christian, but it's a Christian church, and I go, they are some rock stars. Like, the performances they do for worship songs are great, and even though the messages are more traditionally Christian, they're not as bold, or they can still really resonate with you no matter where you stand in your faith, and I really like that. So I've been going, and I started going to the young adult group that they have to meet new people my age and just talk about faith. And one thing that I really have been realizing is, like, whenever you're vulnerable, you inspire other people to be vulnerable too. Whenever you can talk about, oh, this is what I went through, and this is what I struggled with, this is how I overcame it, it makes other people feel like, oh, wait a minute, since he's not talking down to me like, oh, you need to do this, you gotta do this, then he's like more like, I was here, I struggled, it sucked, it almost gives people like this feeling of, oh wait, I can do it too. Oh wait, I can break free too. And it inspires others to make change and to also be vulnerable. And for example, like recently I've been sharing a lot about my story with cannabis. I was addicted to weed for many years, and I overcame that addiction. And just by sharing with others like how low my life got on it, and why I craved it, and why I felt like I needed weed to make myself feel whole, or just going really deep in that and sharing it really helps others to want to jump over that hurdle and to break through and to realize, oh, wait a minute, like, he's human too, we're all human, I can do it too. And so that's been really, I guess that's another reason too I want to start doing this and having vulnerable questions with other people, because if we're all being honest, we're just a bunch of like chickens running around this earth with our heads cut off, trying to figure out what and how and when and why all of this is happening. So I feel like the only way is to share it, talk to people, and let's just jump into the next question. Something I'm looking forward to. Whenever I first started this whole journey of traveling places, I was in college and I was playing baseball. I had a scholarship, and as a young kid, my father pushed baseball on me at a young age. He was like, this is who you are, this is who you're gonna be. You're gonna live up to be everything I wasn't. And so I didn't have a choice as a kid to be anything else. I didn't have a choice to discover and find out who I am, or become, or have friends in different areas of life. Like, I was very forced down a particular direction. And when I got to college, like, yeah, I was really good, but at the same time, I was really depressed. I felt empty. I felt like the only thing that I had was baseball, and it really just left me empty. I got addicted to weed, nicotine, and there was a night where I was just in college and I was freestyling over beats, and something clicked in me. It was like, it wasn't just like, oh, I just started rapping in college and now I'm making music. Like, before, my mom used to say before I could walk, I would be in my diapers and I would plug in a Bruce Springsteen DVD to the TV, and I would get my toy guitar and I would just like pretend like I was rocking out. And when I was like really, really young, music used to be so passionate to me as a child. And then when I got old enough to start playing baseball, it was completely washed away. It was swept under the rug. It never became anything. And around college, around that time too, I started getting into meditation too. I hope to share my whole story about it sometime too, because it's really interesting. Like, I didn't even get into yoga or meditation or any of that until I got injured. And I was like, oh man, I gotta heal, I don't want to be injured. So I started pursuing alternative ways to heal injuries, and I found yoga. And once you do your first downward dog, your chakras are, forget it. Next thing you know, you're meditating, you're doing breath work, all this stuff. So, that's where I was at that time, and I found music at that particular time, and it was one thing that gave me inner fulfillment that I've never felt before. It gave me a way to express my authenticity that I was never able to express. It gave me a way to communicate my energy, who I am. I have this rock star passionate person inside of me, it's my spirit, and it gave me a way to communicate that. And so I literally didn't go back. I didn't drop out, I just didn't go back the next semester. I finished and I was like, I'm not gonna enroll anymore. And within a couple months, I drove across the country to California, and I was doing door-to-door sales to save up money because I wanted to release my first album. So, and because I was starting so late, like, I had so much work to do. Like, I'm still not a very great singer. I'm still not a very great instrumentalist. I still have a long way to go. And at the time, I had to do a lot of work to even feel comfortable releasing my first song. But after a year or so, I started releasing more and then more and then more. Fast forward to this point in time, at the beginning of the year, before I even moved to Tampa, I was like, I want to release an album this year and I want to call it World Tour. And I just kind of surrendered it to the divine will or whatever, and just figured I'd do my best and see where it goes. And it's so freaking interesting how it's April now. I've almost completed the entire album. Like I have almost all the songs done. They're not like mixed or mastered or like professionally edited and all that ready for release, but like the lyrics and the structure and all that's in place. But now I'm going to Mexico, and I feel like there's gonna be other trips this year, maybe Costa. I know like with my friends here that I met, we're talking about something in Costa Rica, and then I'm talking about going to Italy with my family, and it feels like almost like this world tour is unfolding. Like I get to create while I'm living this thing, you know? And it's exciting, and because I'm so passionate about it, it kind of gives me courage to overcome the anxiety that I have with it, to overcome the fear of flying to other countries. Yeah, I definitely want to share like some of my more hard things that I've had to go through over these past 3 years, just like with mental health and physical things, overcoming drug addictions, and what that's like to actually have tough experiences happen to you. I want to talk about that a lot, but I kind of want to keep this one short and just kind of give like a nice opening door, just to get some momentum rolling and give a little bit of an insight to what's going on, where I want to go. So see where this journey takes us all. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope that wasn't too hard to watch. I hope that wasn't too cringy for you to watch. Like I said, I'm just getting started on this. I'm just trying to be real, trying to keep it, you know, nothing over the top or anything like that. So, all right, everybody, have a good rest of your week.